Good morning, everyone. Actually hiked out to see the sunrise at the beach this morning. I gotta say, it's pretty freaking amazing here. But again, taking a beach day today, and we're actually gonna go beach hopping. I don't know, I guess that's a thing where you go to like 3 or 4 beaches in a day. I guess that's quote unquote relaxing, so I'm told. So we're gonna give that a shot. But anyway, you guys have heard me talk about Alex from the Knifebox channel many times. So if you haven't checked him out, just hang on another few seconds because he's the guest reviewer today. And he pulled out the big guns. He pulled out the ZT 777, which is an amazing knife. And he will tell you all about it. I'm super excited to actually watch this one myself because I don't know everything about that knife because it's so just unique and rare. So thanks, Alex, for participating in the guest review spot, and thank you all for watching. It's pretty windy out here this morning, so I hope that the audio is all right here, but we're going to switch over to Alex. Link for his channel will be down below, of course, so please go check him out and thank him for helping out in these guest review spots. Thanks, everyone. Have a fantastic day. I know I will. And yeah, we will see you all tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome back to the Dirk Warning channel, guys. So the background, these model hands, this overall appearance here might be a little bit different. And that's because our good buddy Dirk unfortunately called out sick today. That's right, he's in vacation in Hawaii somewhere in a thong, tanning or getting sunburnt and drinking a Mai Tai. So tonight I am gonna take over, and while Dirk's away, Alex will come out and play. So welcome to the Knifebox channel version of the Dirk Warning YouTube channel. So in case you guys are interested, here's my shameless channel plug. Yep, that's right, I have a YouTube channel. I know Dirk's mentioned that a few times. You guys might have heard of me before. Dirk reviews a lot of my collection, and I just really am a big fan of his channel altogether, so it's just a huge honor to be here right now. So anyways, with that being said, Semper Fi to all my fellow Marines out there. I was in 08-11, so technically, I'm just going to say all you fellow veterans, law enforcement, first responders are all brothers to me. It's just those types of professions that are just, it just creates a camaraderie and brotherhood and a suck that you just all understand. So with that being said, let's move on to the feature tonight. As you can see, I brought out something special from the Knifebox. As a matter of fact, like all my other cool knives, it's on Dirk's channel before mine. But I've had this knife for quite a while. This is a zero tolerance 777. Now this knife has had a lot of history behind it. This particular release, I believe, was from 2009. And yeah, there's a lot of controversy versus Microtech and zero tolerance knives with this beautiful matching matrix right here that looks exactly like this guy. So anyways, that is something interesting you can read a lot about on Google if you'd like, but I'm gonna kind of leave that one there and we'll just stick to the knife today. But I know some of you old school collectors remember that whole debacle. Now there's a lot of things about this knife that makes it quite special, and I'm gonna say most of it's gonna be material, and a lot of it's gonna be design too, really. Maybe it's gonna be like a 50-50, and I feel like there's a right mixture of everything here. The size is perfect for me. Just the overall design, it's just very convenient to open and close. It's very lightweight to carry. It does what a regular good pocket knife should do. And when I kind of think of this kind of subject, I think to myself to kind of rate these knives as if this was my only pocket knife to keep and carry and use. So as far as a usable, comfortable, ergonomic EDC, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. It's made of lightweight construction materials, and it's got a phenomenal edge on some really cool exotic steel. And we'll go more into that in just a little bit. All right, so let's kind of break this knife apart here. We'll start with the blade and take a look up front. So up front here, we have a beautiful sheep's foot profile. And it's got a very nice kind of stonewash satin finish to it. Not too much billboarding. You got the zero tolerance logo right here with this little Corvette looking sign right there. And then on the back side and right here on the bottom, you're going to see that this is Vanex 35 steel. And right over here is your Kai USA 0777 nomenclature. And then right here you have your serial number. This is 198. So 198 of nobody knows, or maybe, well, somebody's got to know, but it's never been advertised on how many pieces actually made it out to the wild. I think the plan was supposed to be 500, but they ended up cutting production short because these guys back in 2009 were advertised and sold for $450 or $75, right around that neighborhood, which was incredibly cheap. Now, back in 2009, that's more like $800 for a zero tolerance knife or something like that back then, right? So that was still quite a bit of money. But for the amount of materials and construction and time invested in these knives, they lost money on each and every knife. So what did they do? They halted production, and then all of a sudden the full M390 satin version came out, and these were just forgotten about. Well, the ones that made it out, and the rest were stopped for production. So that's kind of where this version stopped, and then the satin M390 took over. And then there was another couple versions that came out. There was a kind of full dark stonewash, which I think was a Russian release version. And then there was an all blacked out version, which was an exclusive to just a couple shops, which I actually used to own. But when I got this one, I didn't have a need for that one. I just don't collect sets very much. I'm just happy with having one to make room for other stuff, to kind of just learn about stuff from all around the world. And if you guys follow my channel, you'll always notice there's a world map. And that's kind of what it's all about for me. It's just stuff from all around the world. And I like to share it with you guys. And my shopping cart of knives just kind of spans from everywhere. So anyways, back to the 777 here. So as I mentioned, the Vanex 35 blade steel, and that's kind of exotic stuff. And you guys probably have heard of Vanex, especially from the recent release of the Quiet Carry Drift and Waypoint, which is using Vanex Super Clean, which is also coincidentally what Shirogorov uses, but just calls Vanex 37. They're kind of the same stuff. So but this is kind of the earlier version. Similar properties, super stainless, great edge retention. That's kind of its basic super attributes, if you will. And up top here, you're going to see a beautiful herringbone Damascus. And I believe it's Rob Thomas herringbone Damascus. So it's a beautifully etched knife. As you can see, unfortunately, I did get a bit of corrosion on this side. It's not terrible, but it's definitely visible. So if any of you guys know a person who wants to try to fix this piece of art right here, reach out to me on Instagram on the Knife Box channel. I've been trying to find a few people. This actually would make kind of a cool video segment. Don't know how it happened. It was there one day, it's not the other, and it's not on this side, it's only on this side. So Probably fingerprints, who knows. Guys, make sure you're really careful with your etched blades. Anyways, back to the knife here. So let's move on to the pivot. So the pivot's got this cool zero tolerance kind of, I don't know, they use this kind of star pattern circular dome pivot quite often. It's got a very, very tiny Torx bit. It looks like a T6, but nicely tuned. I've never opened this knife up. It has been intact just because there's really no need to mess with this one whatsoever. So pretty cool. Kind of a neat little piece of knife community history. And just really well constructed, and kind of in the beginning of the KVT ball bearing system, which ZT has executed so well. Same thing with of course Kershaw and Kai USA, right? So yeah, absolutely cool. So let's move on to the frame lock, or I'm sorry, the subframe lock here. And that is one of the things that kind of this knife got really well known for. As you can see on the inside here, the frame mounts from the inside, and you can see it's screwed in right behind the clip. It's all recessed and hidden away in there. You probably would have never known it was there if I didn't tell you. But it is fastened through here, and it's basically like a frame lock that's just fastened from the inside, so they call it a subframe lock, right? Kind of clever, but you know, it's a frame lock, guys. Next thing, what I really like is you can actually see all the nice, cool milling pattern on the titanium lock bar here. There's a nice little window that's also milled out, and then this is milled out here for just a little bit of added comfort, which I like, because this could easily have been a pokey kind of situation going on, but it wasn't, so that's really cool. And next you got just this nice generous choil right here, and it follows up with just this nice low profile flipper tab, and then follows up here with just this really nice, clean, very functional sharpening choil, along with this gorgeous sheep's foot blade. The edge is razor sharp. It does pop hairs, so very impressive for kind of a production, factory custom kind of knife. They called this a factory custom. This was kind of like their limited runs. They'll make like a certain amount. And they used to do this once a year. This was a zero tolerance thing, right? And this is one of the unicorns of kind of these releases when it came to zero tolerance. Now they did come out with the 888 later on, which also came with Maximate steel, which was really exotic back then before Spyderco started making knives out of it. And then of course the ever so intricate but not as pretty zero tolerance 999. So for me, in all honesty, guys, and this is just a matter of opinion, I think this is the greatest ZT ever made. You know, you could disagree with me, but honestly, that's kind of where I stand with this guy. And just for all just the intricate, oh my gosh, I can't talk tonight. The intricate things that these guys have done on this particular knife. You do also have a stainless steel insert here, which is keyed in. I mean, just so many details. You even see the milling pattern on the lock bar insert right there. And then of course this beautiful clip with not any etching on it, because that would rub off. Instead they stamped it into a titanium clip. Lots of room here, nothing sticking out, extremely deep carry, and kind of a 3D milled configuration, kind of weird, something different and unique. And it's also been kind of milled out to give you added access for your pant pocket to kind of just not be too taut in there. So that's really damn cool. And it kind of all follows a beautiful theme as far as the coloring and kind of the milling's concerned and all the lines. The back spacer is really cool too. It kind of has a semi-floating effect. It's just kind of nicely chamfered and rounded out. Just a cool design. It's ventilated. I really dig it. Stop pins right there in the back. It's not quite hidden, you know. They didn't do that on this particular model. Not a big deal. That's pretty standard. Flipper tab again is just nice and small, but just flips out this knife beautifully. The detent is perfectly tuned. It is on steel bearings because it's from back in the day, right? Yeah, guys, the 777 is really where it's at for me as far as the ZT knives. So let's do some size comparisons, and I brought out just kind of some different size knives as I always do, but just to commemorate zero tolerance knives, thought I'd bring out some more ZTs, right? So I kind of find this to be my kind of favorite size, you know, that 3.5 inch EDC size, but just to compare it to the more popular size nowadays, here's a ZT-0470, a more recent Sinkovich design. This one's been modified by Sean Campbell. And then if we go a little bit smaller to those, you know, 2.78 to 3 inch categories, for an example here, the ZT-0450 is a pretty popular design. This was another factory custom, and what's cool about bringing this guy out too, you might see, just if I kind of block this, you might notice a similarity in the blade steel from the 777. And as the story goes, this is the same billet of steel that came from this one. So that's something I heard. I have never gotten that actually confirmed, but that's one of the reasons why I ran out and actually bought one of these. I just thought that was really cool. Another cool thing about this knife, it's a Sinkovich design, and it kind of took almost 2 years to get the custom hardware from Sinkovich, and just get this project going together. This design was going for quite a while. Here's the pocket clip, pretty simple, nice, elegant. So I really like the factory customs that ZT used to do, and this is kind of the tail end of it. These are the newer factory customs. This is really kind of the old school days, right? And just to make this a little bit more fun, let's bring out one more, something to kind of try to shrink the ZT 777. I brought out my other factory custom, the ZT 0454. And as you can see, this zero tolerance has no fear in playing in the really cool steel design and construction areas. As a matter of fact, you guys know there's a few Kershaws out there that have kind of this zipper blade, double steel clad kind of thing going. And I believe these are actually all fused with copper, and that's how they mate these two steels together. I know for sure that's how they do it on the Leak, which I do own. But yeah, just really cool stuff. So why did I bring all these cool pieces out? Did I just really want to talk about the 777? Well, I just kind of wanted to say one more thing. I just kind of want to put one more thing out there. Looking at all these amazing pieces from years ago, right? And some of these pieces, I mean, in the detail, guys, are still outdoing a lot of the stuff out there today. So, my real statement of this video is, what the heck happened to ZT, guys? I mean, where are the factory customs? What happened to ZT? They really used to make some amazing stuff, and then there's some of the new later releases that are pretty damn cool, right? But where's this level of stuff? What happened to that guy? Did he get fired or quit? Guys, go find him and hire him back, please. I mean, just being a collector from, for past 10 years plus now, it's just, if you guys are there with me, You guys remember these good old days, and let's just hope, and I've been hoping for a long time, but let's just hope that one day they will return. I have faith in you, ZT. I really do. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys found this informative. I know it was a really long one, but just kind of wanted to make it a special one for our good buddy Dirk. I hope he has an absolutely safe trip. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you all on the next one.